Welcome to your weekly focus for February the 27th through to March the 5th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of your support, your loving, positive energy. Let's see what the energy is going to be for us this week. Judgment. Judgment is our very first card. So we have to use good judgment. We have to think it through. We can't be, this is a week where we need to be grounded in our thoughts and our actions and our words. That we can't fly off the handle because we heard something or we saw something, but we only got part of the picture. This is a week where we don't want to buy into rumors. We don't want to start rumors. We don't want to take one sentence and blow it out of perspective or proportion. We want to ask the validating questions. We want to know what we are saying yes to, and we want to know what we are saying no to. And then we have the Magician. Magician bringing in the magic. Our hopes, our dreams, our desires, but we give up to God, our angels, our spirit guides, the universe, source, of what we're asking for. Now, it's kind of funny that we have Judgment right before the Magician because, we can't just be flippant about what we're asking the universe for, what we're asking God for, what we're asking Source for. We have to be specific. We have to understand what we are willing to give in order to have something in our life, for something to materialize, for something to manifest. So, how hard are we willing to work for it? How disciplined can we become? How persistent can we be in realizing our goals, our dreams, our desires? If that door were to swing open for us, would we really put in the effort? Would we put in the work? Would we put in the passion that we are stating in our affirmation? So not only is the Magician about bringing something wonderful into our lives, but it's also about our commitment to that wonderful that we want in our lives and what we are willing to do in order to bring that goal into existence, to manifest a reality out of a thought. The Three of Cups. So this should be an easier week with the Three of Cups here as one of the first three cards. This is honoring your inner child, having fun, getting out there with groups of people, laughter, smiles, giggles. Raise your vibration, raise the optimism in the positive in your life, in your thoughts, in your daily activities. Instead of saying, I have to go to work, say, I get to go to work, because that means you have a job, which means you're probably going to get a paycheck. So I get to go to work. You don't have to get up and get the kids ready for breakfast in the morning and school in the morning. You get to, because that means you have children, you have love in your life. You don't have to mow the lawn, shovel the driveway, because if you have a lawn and you have a driveway, that's saying something about you. You get to do those things. So try and view your world this week as something that is a gift to you rather than a chore. And do it with intent. Do it with a wanting. Do it with a gratitude. Now, this card can symbolize good news coming in. It may not necessarily be your good news, but it brings cause for celebration. Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups would cross over the Magician here. Now, the Eight of Cups, some people say that's closing doors, and I don't necessarily believe that with the Eight of Cups. Maybe with the Wheel of Fortune, yes, that's doors closing. But this one, we can leave that door open a crack. So I see very much the Eight of Cups being the child that matures to adulthood and steps out towards their own independence. So they leave the comfort of their home, the love of their home, the security of their home, and set out. But that doesn't mean they've closed the door on their home. That love is there. It's just represented in a new way. That security will always be there. It's just represented in a different way. So too, we must step away from what we know, what gives us balance, what brings in a sense of well-being, in order to go out and embark on a new adventure. Embark upon a new adventure. And that doesn't mean that you're necessarily leaving everything behind, but it changes, or something's going to change in your life. In order for that affirmation, that wish, that goal, that desire to really manifest in your life, you know that you have to leave something behind, that something needs to change. Something needs to transform into something else. And so maybe you do need to leave where you live. Or maybe you have been going to work, but now it's time to go back to school. Or maybe you have always gone to school and now it's time to get to work. And so we kind of leave those comfort zones to embark on new adventures. Two of Cups. Two of Cups is the underlying energy. This could be new relationships, new opportunities, and seeing them. So these are the people that you'll be meeting that may evolve into a relationship. This may, or a friendship, or a partnership. This could be where you see the opportunity that you didn't think was available. You see that door swing open, that new adventure. And this is where you're going to start getting those aha moments, those little epiphanies of what can be down the road, especially if it's an opportunity for you. Because it's going to set off your heart center, your mind, your intuition, your higher wisdom into something. This is something I can do. This is something I can go forward in. This is something I can start. This is something I can begin. Five of Swords. Overriding energy. So in these new beginnings, in these new starts, I think you really have to be a little defensive. You have to keep the blinders off. You can't just skip down the path of abundance. You have to stand your ground. You have to stand your ground, value you, understand if it's the right thing for you. This is where you can see something better than it's going to be, where it sounds really good and there's just no way you can say no to it, and then you find out you really should have said no. So with the Judgment card as the first card, I think we need to stand our guard. I think that's us holding the sword. And we've kind of put these swords around us saying, this is my territory, this is my space, and I'm going to protect it. And I'm not just going to skip down the road with somebody because they say they have some wonderful opportunity, or they're telling me how beautiful I am, so I just start batting my eyelashes for them. There's a realism that needs to be here. And staying grounded. So be careful of the opportunities that do come, these new opportunities, because I don't think you should be moving fast into anything, especially when we have the Judgment card as our very first card saying we really need to think it through. We almost need to be on the defenses of what does this really mean in my life going forward? Do I truly want this, or do I just want a part of it? And how do I manage to just get a part of it without taking the whole thing in? How do I get what I truly want in my life without the extra baggage or without the extra whatever? We have the Seven of Pentacles. What are you cultivating with the Three of Pentacles? What are you cultivating with the hard work, the determination? And remember we had what did we have there? The Magician asking us how hard we are willing to work, how disciplined we are willing to be, how perseverant are we going to be, and where are we putting our focus, and should our focus be there? So we're getting all kinds of these questions to ourselves. This is a beautiful week to tap into a form of meditation or prayer, reflection. Just sit in silence and think things through. And understand what you are saying yes to. Understand what you are asking to step into. Where are you putting your focus? Is that the right place? Do you need to put it somewhere else? And this card is definitely one that says that we can have what we want. Whatever seeds we plant. But we have to put in the work behind it. That it's not just going to miraculously appear. That we have to show our dedication. We have to show that we can be disciplined, that we want this, that it's a passion of ours, that we want to embrace it. Whatever that goal may be. For some of you, it may be work. It could be career. It could be stature within the community or a certain group of people. Maybe the home and family. Maybe the neighborhood. Maybe this is finally getting on track with a good diet program, a good workout program, your health, your well-being. Maybe it's your spiritual practices and wanting to elevate yourself to the next level of your spirituality, whatever that may mean to you. So, are you willing to do the work involved? Maybe it's education you need. Maybe it is honing a skill, a talent. Maybe it's getting out there and putting yourself in front of the right people. Where is your focus? Is it anywhere near your dream, your desire, or are you putting out fires somewhere else in your life? And how determined are you to get on? How determined are you to get on the path that you want to actually walk? For work and career this week, look at this. We have the Ten of Cups. So you can step into the job of your choice, the career of your choice. Now, some people don't work. This could be your money. This could be that you could grow your money. You could find ways to actually enrich your life when it comes to material wealth. This could also be what defines you. If we were to meet at a party and I say, hey, what do you do? How would you define yourself to me? For some, it's their job, it's their career. For others, it's their family. For others, it's something that they do, a craft, maybe something they create. Maybe they're a painter or a singer or a writer. How do you define yourself? Because this tells you that you can have your happily ever after in how you define yourself, in what you do for a living. So there is beautiful energy that you can promote yourself this week. There is beautiful energy for you to, follow your intuition, follow your higher wisdom. Embrace your talents, your abilities. Get out there and socialize with purpose and shake the right hands and tell the story of where you are going and what you want to create. what you want to do going forward, where your talents lie. For love relationships, we have the devil. Now Venus is going retrograde, isn't it? At the end of the week. I think definitely in the weekend at some point. Venus decides to go retrograde on us, which is our love, our passions, our joy. And here we have the devil in love and relationships. So this is being an individual. This is knowing yourself. This is, this wouldn't be a good time to probably start a relationship. Even though we had the Two of Cups as the underlying energy, where we will get all kinds of new experiences. We also started with the Judgment card, the Magician card, different cards telling us that we really have to stay grounded. Oh, what was it at the top there? The Five of Swords, telling us to stand our ground, to protect ourselves, our heart. So we don't want to jump into relationships. If we get into a relationship, then we want to take it extremely slow, because I think as we get to know that person, it will either be a reflection of what we needed to learn or learn about them. So be careful on starting new relationships, especially with the Devil card here. And this is really this is like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. You are somehow empowered through this. So even if you meet somebody, and this is talking about people that are not in a relationship, you meet somebody and you're head over heels, which is probably the wrong way to go in a Venus retrograde. And even right now, Venus would be stationary then. So we have to be careful. We have to have kid gloves on for this. You meet somebody, you fall head over heels. Don't, this is a time to realize your sense of worth. To love yourself enough to protect yourself, to take things slow, to hold back. Don't worry, if the relationship was meant to be, it'll be there 6 months from now, a year from now. If it wasn't meant to be, it doesn't matter what you do. Eventually it will go. For people that are in relationships, this is a time to own your own strength, your own empowerment. And that could be how you can give more to the relationship. Maybe the Venus retrograde will point out to you where you really haven't been the second half of a relationship for a while, that you've kind of pulled back, or you've gone into career more or another path, and you've been giving that your focus and attention. It might bring you back to what is truly important within the relationship. It also may allow you to see where you have allowed things to slide within the relationship and your better half isn't giving their all within the relationship, and opening up conversations. But this is understanding your own empowerment. And perhaps I keep seeing the number one, and the number one is really understanding your independence in life, and to break away from some of the dependence. So where you rely so much on the relationship, this is a time where you can see your own strength. And that doesn't mean that we are all parting ways within a relationship, because a strong relationship allows each person to be their own individual person as well. So it will strengthen the relationship. For spirituality, Six of Cups. Oh, highly spiritual week for us then. Highly spiritual week for anybody who is a seer of any kind. Astrology, palm, tea leaves, tarot card readers, rune readers, psychics. The list can go on and on. Expect, even if you don't think that you are psychic in some way, I think you will have something happen to you this week. Some kind of something to make you stop for a second and say, how did that happen? How can that be? Did I hear that? Did I dream that? Somebody coming to from the past, coming to you in a dream or something. thinking of somebody and they appear. You know, just those little tiny coincidences that might happen in life. Don't take them as coincidences. Understand that it had to do with a psychic experience. This is also honoring the inner you. So this is about loving yourself, embracing yourself, knowing your empowerment. I keep getting knowing your empowerment this week. So this is really tapping into your own empowerment in any area of life, really, in many areas of life, in more than one area of life. You're going to be asked to know your empowerment, to get to know you a little bit better, to stand stronger, to stand in a confidence, to know you've got this. And for health and well-being, King of Cups. Well, now here's one where it is about independence and dependence again. So I kind of take him as the dad, the stereotypical dad in the deck, the one who would go out and work for a living so he could put food on the table, roof over the head for the people he loves. So there's an independence where he has to go out and solely work in order to create this income. There's also a dependence because he's doing this for a reason. And so when it comes to our health and well-being, this is working collectively to raise our well-being, our health. So this is a beautiful week to find a partner to take a walk with, join the volleyball team. Get out there and get active, and maybe it is a course you take on healthy eating or healthy lifestyle or working out or yoga or something to do with health, something to do with well-being, something to do with more than just you involved. Maybe it's getting a buddy system. Maybe it is joining a group of people. Maybe it's actually, you know, a classroom where you're all learning at the same time and all growing together at the same time and all unfolding your findings and enriching the experience that much more. So don't try and do it solo this week. You can, okay? The King of Cups says, you know, this is truly loving yourself, but it's a harder love. It's being disciplined on yourself once again. It's persevering through, you know, I don't want to do it today. Now, if you are in a buddy system or if it's a classroom experience, then there's a time and a place that you have to show up even when you don't feel like it. And we end up going and we end up feeling tremendous because we did show up. But if it's just us, will we be disciplined enough to see it through? And this is growing the discipline. So this week is very much about honoring yourself, protecting yourself, growing your independence, understanding where you still need to be dependent, and finding the laughter and the giggles in life, and a highly spiritual week. Let's get a Journey of Love card here. Since we're supposed to empower ourselves, love ourselves, as well as others. Let the feminine lead the way, 39. So 9 plus 3 is 12, which is a 3. That's your creativity. 39. Oh, let's read the poem first. My coming out is the freedom to fully be who I am and surrender to the divine essence expressing through and around me. My coming out is the marriage of twin souls with my life partner in gratitude, in love, unfolding as more than we could ever be on our own. So my coming out is the freedom to fully be who I am And also, it is growing in gratitude, growing in love, and unfolding as more than we could ever be on our own. The feminine principle in you, whether man or woman, is the way forward in your life now. She is the principle of feeling, of surrender. She feels the intelligence of the divine guiding light in a way that the masculine principle cannot at this time. You may not see where you are going, therefore, but you can feel your way forward. Trust her. Let your mind go and let your senses lead you, becoming more exquisite and communicative. Be led by your heart. Don't worry if you don't know all the details yet or how it's going to work out. She knows the way. Let her lead. This oracle brings confirmation to you that what you have been feeling or sensing, even without any logical physical evidence, is worth following up on. Trust your senses over appearances. Trust your intuition over your intellect. You are letting feminine wisdom guide you, and she will steer you in the best direction. Is there any more to that? No, there isn't. So, very much about following your intuition, knowing what's best for you, and honoring you through the process. So whatever comes this way for you this week, it's honoring you. It's making sure that it's right for you. Whether it's relationship, job, stature, health, well-being, spirituality. Investigate. If something piques your interest, investigate. Find out more. Gain the knowledge. And make the decision so that it's right for you going forward, and you walk away from what's wrong for you going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.